0 to 0, Jeremy Clarkson responds to Lewis Hamilton DSQ after past his prime, he claims. Celebrity F1 fan Jeremy Clarkson says it makes no sense that Ferrari driver Lewis Hamilton went from 0 to 0 over the course of the Chinese Grand Prix weekend. Hamilton claimed his first win in Ferrari colors in Shanghai, converting pole position into victory in Saturday's sprint race, only his third win of any kind since the start of the 2022 season. Jeremy Clarkson puzzled by Lewis Hamilton's 0 to 0 Chinese GP. However, the seven-time world champion's weekend took a turn for the worse from that point, as he and teammate Charles Leclerc could only manage 5th and 6th respectively in qualifying for the main race. The pair went on to collide at the first corner, with Leclerc proving faster than his teammate despite damage to his front wing, prompting Hamilton to advise Ferrari to swap positions over team radio. Leclerc and Hamilton ultimately finished 5th and 6th respectively on the road, but were later disqualified from the official classification for separate offences. While Leclerc's car was found to be underweight, Hamilton's SF25 suffered excessive skid block wear. It marked the second time in the last 18 months that Hamilton has been disqualified for excessive wear to his skid blocks, having suffered the same fate at the 2023 United States Grand Prix. Writing in his column for the Sun newspaper, Clarkson questioned how it was possible for the Ferrari to go from quick to useless on the same weekend. He said, "It's important to everyone in Formula One that Ferrari does well, because all the other teams are businesses, and Ferrari is more than that. It's the heart and it's the soul." It was crucial then that the team's new boy, Lewis Hamilton, came out of the traps like he'd been fired from a gun. And how good would that be if it happened in China, in front of a crowd that thinks he's a god? And blow me down, it did. For the sprint race in Shanghai last weekend, the elder statesman took pole position and then cruised away from the pack to win the race as well. What's interesting and troubling is that a few hours later, having created headlines around the world, Lewis could only qualify for the main event in 5th. And in the race itself, he was so slow he let his teammate overtake. And then he was disqualified. How is that possible? I can understand that a car might be quick at one track and the following weekend, at a different track, be useless, but to go from 0 to 0 at the same track, on the same day? It makes no sense. Clarkson's latest comments come just months after he questioned Hamilton's motivation behind his lucrative switch to Ferrari, accusing the seven-time world champion of being more of a superstar than a racing driver at this stage of his career. The television presenter posed a theory that Hamilton knows his best days are behind him after 3 difficult years with Mercedes, claiming the 40-year-old could not bring himself to retire before getting a taste of life at Ferrari. He said, "What is Lewis now? A driver? Or a superstar? What I do know is he'll have his work cut out to beat his teammate Charles Leclerc, who speaks Italian, knows the team, doesn't spend quite so long posing for pictures and, thanks to a single-lap shootout, is regarded by many to be the fastest driver of them all." Maybe Lewis is aware of this. And maybe he signed for Ferrari for a different reason. He knows he's past his prime now, and he didn't want to retire having never driven for motorsport's crown jewel. Either way, I wish him well.